And a good Thursday morning. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin City Subaru, and 802 Honda. They're all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. Cloud cover is still hanging tough in many areas, but to the west we're starting to see some inroads here. A little bit of sunshine at Marble Island in Colchester. Looking a little bit further to the west, you can see some of those clouds starting to thin out and some breaks in the clouds allowing for a little bit of sunshine. This will be the case, I think, later this afternoon. It will be more widespread. So look at the middle Atlantic and then up into the northeast. It should be cloudy. It should be pretty much painting white everywhere or in most areas, but it's not. And it does continue the cloud cover. This is through 11 o'clock. That's midnight. And then thereafter, we finally do clear out. So the evening more than likely will be mostly cloudy in many areas, and then finally it'll clear on out. And we'll start to see prospects for what should be a beautiful Friday on St. Patrick's Day. The low pressure system is vertically stacked right now, and it captured the surface low, and upper low has been spinning around all through the day yesterday, and then finally it's made a position here. These are very slow movers, and continually the flow around it at the surface low has been ramming up against the Green Mountains and producing excessive amounts of snowfall. One report of 50 inches at 3,000 feet at the Stowe Mountain Resort on top of Mount Mansfield in those sheltered areas, with the upslope component being very, very strong over the course of the last really 12 to 18 hours. And so a localized additional snowfall on top of a blizzard set a new record, with now Burlington at its second all-time snowiest snowstorm. Looking at snow water equivalent on this March the 16th, and our big snowfall has really unloaded over a wide area of the northeast U.S., as you would expect. The west is starting to get a little bit diminished, and the skiing now is actually moved now into the northeast United States. This will be a fantastic ski weekend for all. A lot of the region showing greater than 20-inch snow depths, all the Adirondacks, even south of the Mohawk Valley, into the Catskills as well, and portions of Vermont's greater mountains, all showing tons of snow. So you can see just a little bit of flurry activity left over today in Vermont, across portions of really the northern half of the state, and everything else is shutting down, so that's all good news there. So this is how the 6 hourlies play out. The snowfall is out of here, the flurry activity, and then we have dry weather moving in for what should be a pretty fantastic weekend. Another storm system approaches the Great Lakes in the northern branch of the jet stream. Some southern thunderstorm activity will swing south of us, or south of the trough. And you can see that it's mostly a southern New England, middle Atlantic kind of storm system that stays really to the south of us per the latest European model. There's a chance that there could be some flurry or light snow shower activity in far southern Vermont, but it's one of these kind of systems that do wind up east of the New England area and continues really away from us, providing a nice stretch of dry project weather that starts really Friday and lasts into Monday. This is the ridge of higher pressure that's building in, and note a little bit of those warmer dash lines, the redder lines, meaning if it were to precipitate, it would be in the form of raindrops rather than snow. Note that it's still dry with the secondary system. This is along about Tuesday, actually Monday night, and this is the progress of that system. This will be our next unsettled stretch of weather right here, basically on Tuesday morning into Tuesday afternoon. But note it cools down again, and we have a stronger cold front with a little bit of a clipper system that moves on through, and that's going to bring us some snow, it looks like, Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. And at one point it looked like we might have a little bit of wet snow associated with that, very briefly, but it's really not a problem. No impacts for utilities to be expected. And then we have an area of higher pressure, but still pretty cold temperatures before yet another system moves in. This one looks like it's going to bring us mixed precipitation types at first. That'll be along about the 25th of March, way out there. Total accumulated precipitation totals over the next 7 days. This is valid through next Thursday morning, about a quarter of an inch. That's what this red line is here. Looks like the heavier precipitation slides well to the south of us, as just predicted by the European model. Looks like the west coast gets underway with more action, with heavier precipitation beginning to move in that location. In between, a little bit of a ridge of higher pressure, cutting down those amounts, but that's going to be spreading that way, eastward. Let's take a look at temperature now. We're in some below normal temperatures, running about 9 degrees below normal on average. This is where the warmth is. And 3 days later, it looks like this. We're still around, looks like 9 degrees, maybe even a little bit colder after that. These are weighted means, and this is really during the day, the high temperatures, not the low temperatures. Those will be actually colder. Last but not least, I'm going to run the European ensemble model showing 2-meter temperatures and temperature anomalies. And so we're well below normal in temperature. It looks like that continues. You can see it's locked right in over the heavy snow cover of the northeast. This is going through into Sunday, and then we start to see some inroads here from the west. That doesn't happen until after the 21st. There we go. We're finally near seasonable at that point on Tuesday, and then going above normal Tuesday afternoon. But here comes some colder air marching in from the northwest. This is going to lower the boom as time goes on. And so now we're past 7 days out, and you can see right there, 15 degrees below normal. Once again, this would be valid along the 23rd of March. Not great for sugaring, unfortunately. We'll continue. This is the ensemble, so it has relatively decent accuracy out to 15 days. It's a cold end of March. We're on the 27th. And you can see it gets reinforcing shots of colder air. Well, the middle part of North America warms up. We stay kind of cold, kind of locked in. Up until around the 29th, 28th, 29th, and things start to improve a little bit. Still rather cold. And that's as far as she goes right there. That's the 31st of March, the end of the month. So March is definitely going to be well below normal in temperature, breaking a string of well above normal temperatures for the last really going back into November. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.